We've seen buses, coaches, old vans, new vans,
big van, many different setups that you can have.
But we're all at the same places.
Hi Big Lap Bible family, I am Megan and this is
Nathan.
And we are from the Instagram account Wandering with the Greenlands. We are currently in North Lefroy, just out of Exmouth, and originally we are
from Melbourne, down to Victoria. We've been travelling for probably about 3 months now. We left in early Feb, plan to be back at home, planning anyway, back mid-November or so. We wanted to do the trip just because we wanted to spend more time as a family and do something different to the norm. Break the chains of the monotony of that is life sometimes, and just spend some real quality time with our kids. I think that was the main thing. We heard such great things about travelling.
I guess I probably took a bit of inspiration. I did a lap when I was 6 years old with my family for 18 months, and I have the fondest memories, and so that kind of motivated me and Nathan, or both of us, to want to do this, which is we decided to do the big lap because we wanted to spend some really good quality time together as a family. We wanted to get away from a bit of the monotony of day-to-day life at home and just shake it up. I also did a lap when I was younger for 18 months and I thoroughly enjoyed that. And so I guess took a little bit of inspiration from that.
I think life before we started on our lap, busy with 3 girls, doing sports and swimming and this and that, there wasn't a day that was restful. We were always doing something. We felt, although we spent lots of time with our kids, quality time was what was missing. So we thought we'd really love to slow it down, like Meg said, the monotony of life. Just try and break that cycle for 12 months or so, or a bit less for us, and just to go and see something that's different to our norm, I think was really exciting for us. We didn't want to not do this trip.
How we got prepared for the big lap. We already had our caravan and we've had this van for 5 years now, I think coming up to 5 years this year. There was definitely a few upgrades that we needed to do to the caravan, just power wise. Nathan probably
wasn't too much. It was an outback van, off-road van anyway, but just little things like we wanted to have a power bank that would, 3 or 4 days of overcast weather. Not that we have seen many clouds on our trips, but we wanted to have a system that would hold us for 3 or 4 days and a system that would charge quickly. So I did a little bit of research and went about enacting that plan in terms of more solar and a lithium battery, different charger, which I did myself, which wasn't too bad. We have a 3-way fridge, so it wasn't like we were searching for mountains of power. How did we choose the right setup for us? I think we chose this setup mainly because it was flexible and we already had it. We knew the van, it was fine, it was capable, it did everything that we needed it to do. And so we just did some small upgrades to it. Bigger solar, lithium battery, protection underneath, toolbox on the front, stone stomper on the front, with just a few little things that we added to, but we didn't really need to add too much. We did like the space that the floor plan gave us, the bedding arrangement. Having 2 adult double beds is awesome. It's allowed for family members to come and visit us and they can actually sleep in the back bed with our eldest, and there's enough space for everyone. So I think if we'd started from scratch and chose the right van to do a lap again, it would probably be a full-size van, I would think. Just because it's easier.
It is a lot easier, I think, and I think that a lot of our stays at places now, we're doing 3 to 4 days, just because there was a period of time there, which was probably more when we were trying to get over the Nullarbor and get into WA a bit quicker, where we were doing 2 nights at a lot of places, and it was becoming a bit fatiguing doing the pack up and set up, although it's not a great deal and we were getting the kids involved where we could, it just was becoming a bit fatiguing. And travel days, notoriously, the kids fried by the end of it. We are also fried from sitting in the car. So we've now had to customize how much time we're spending at places just to make the trip a bit easier for us. So we probably, would have gone a full-size van. I think the tricky thing with that was that our eldest, she's tall and she's probably missed that window of having a bunk bed with the triple bunks. So this double bed at the back just future-proofed us with her and made it more comfortable for everybody.
Yeah, I think she got used to the double bed and was really reluctant to let it go.
Which is fair enough.
I think if we were to change something about the setup now, it would be a bigger toolbox at the front just to store a little bit more, and maybe a compressor fridge. Potentially the three-way fridge has been doing fine.
Yeah.
But it's just, you just have to change the way you go about it a little bit is all. But that would be the only thing.
Yeah.
But at the moment, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Caravan myth. So you were just saying about the setup.
Yes.
So I think one of the myths is that...
that you need this huge setup and all the bells and whistles to get around Australia.
And look, you can have that. It's
Absolutely.
fine. Yeah, horses for
we've
courses.
We've seen the whole gamut. We've seen 1980s vans.
Yeah. We saw a coach towing a tinny.
Yeah. We've seen buses, coaches, old vans, new vans, 24-foot vans being towed by enormous trucks and all the Isuzu and the Mitsubishi big trucks and all that stuff.
There's so many different setups that you can have, but I think...
But we're all at the same places.
Yeah.
And I think that's been the real...
I guess
thing
eye-opener for us.
We questioned a lot about the expander, full size. We toyed a lot with it. Are we going to need it, this and that? And does it help? Sometimes,
yeah.
And all these toys and stuff, people with airbags in their vans and they're adjusting their levels, that would be sick. But ramps do the same job, it's just a little bit more work. And so what we have realised is that you just got to get out there.
Yeah.
With whatever setup you have, you can get out there and do it. You don't need...
the best of the best to do it.
Van.
Yeah.
They're nice, but you don't need it.
Yeah.
And that's what we've noticed. And I think that's what I suppose we're proud of with the expander, is that it's different to everyone else.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, which is really cool.
And our van works for us, I think. As long as your setup works for you, that's what matters.
Yeah.
So one thing we couldn't live without, I would say, is Starlink. We've got the Starlink Mini. I think I got it in the Black Friday sales for $2.99. Occasionally they have a sale where it comes on for that price.
Yeah, direct through Starlink.
Yeah, and it has been awesome. It runs off 12 volt, so when we are in those off-grid places, we can still have access to internet.
It doesn't directly, there is a bit of a system you've got to put in, but you can essentially use your 12 volt system to run it. And
And we also run it in the car on the dashboard, which was awesome. On the Nullarbor, the kids were able to download a movie and watch it, or watch a movie, stream it, which was really helpful. It definitely helps with the long travel days. The shorter travel days, we don't let them lean into that. We try not to, but it definitely helps with those long travel days, just makes it a little bit more palatable for everybody. I
definitely think sometimes you just got to make your life easier. Of course, we don't want our kids sitting on the iPad all day, but sometimes you just need a little break from driving for 3 or 4 hours and they're fighting, a little bit of iPad time. Buys you a little bit of peace. And that is valuable on the road.
Downside, I think my probably biggest downside has been seeing the kids emotionally struggle with it a little bit, particularly our middle daughter. That has been really hard. She's such a social creature, and I don't think she really surprised us with how much she struggled with it. Being away from family and friends has really affected her emotionally. She's very vocal about wanting to go home. I think she's starting to find her groove, which is nice, but
also it's been nice to see the resilience of her in the last month of actually pushing through and having fun and doing all those things.
Which has been good.
I think for mine is missing events, big events at home. I think it's not easy. You speak to any traveller, it's all the glory of travelling, but also there are other things that you miss out on. And things that are happening at home that you're too far away to have any bearing over.
To be there to support loved ones back home.
That's probably been one of the toughest parts.
We've probably both experienced in the last month.
Just events that you want to be
back
home
at home
for.
that you would like to be there for your family. That's probably been really tough too. Financial plan for the big lap. So we saved for the lap. We didn't sell our house or anything like that. We decided that we wanted to have a home base to come back to, so we worked pretty hard for a couple of years and saved. I used to have a business that I ran, an online e-commerce store, and we'd sold that. So a bit of the money from the sale of that went towards the trip. Our financial plan for the Big Lap, we are trying to keep it around 1.5 to 2,000 a week. A week, and we are sitting around that, which is that's including.
We've had
a lot of maintenance
like
come
anything,
up.
maintenance things for the car, but it's just unfortunate they happen on the lap and eat into that budget. Not happened before, but a little bit expensive, but
that's fine.
The buffer's more.
I think the buffer's probably what helps that. But
but it all works out in the wash.
It does. If you afford to travel.
Work, saving.
So we spoke about that a little bit.
Long service leave for me at half pay.
Yep.
My brother's looking after our house, so we didn't have to worry about that.
Yep.
And we
saved.
saved Megan's business, business, and we mentioned earlier that we'd sold our house a couple of years ago.
Yes.
And so we'd kept some funds aside from that to facilitate this. We didn't want to sell everything to do this trip. We wanted to
felt
have
like
that.
it put a lot of pressure on it as well.
And look, everyone's circumstances are different, so there is no judgment. That's just, we were just fortunate enough to be able to
facilitate it in the way we have.
And we know that. We speak to a few families along the way, and they're all doing it different ways. So there's no one right way to skin the cat. Like I said, it depends on how luxurious you want to travel as well. That plays a big part, I think.
How much do we spend per week? At the moment, our weekly spend is sitting somewhere around the $1,500 to $2,000 mark. I use an app called Travel Spend that we track everything that we purchase and do while we're on the trip. And so that also breaks down the categories of like groceries and entertainment, alcohol, eating out, car, caravan maintenance, etc. We're roughly probably spending about $400 a week on groceries at the moment. Maybe it sits a little bit higher. Depends where we are.
Where you are.
If we can get to a place that has
then
that makes a big difference, or an Aldi, but they're few and far between in WA, so that definitely impacts the food budget. But I think it just is what it is, especially where we are now.
But that's also van life, like things, fuel's more expensive, the further out you go, food, all the rest. So you will see, I think,
it ebbs and flows.
Yeah, your budget will ebb and flow.
Yeah, definitely. We try to do a little bit of meal prepping. To save money and also save time while we're traveling.
We've got a cryovac machine or like a cryovac.
Yeah.
What we'll do is we'll generally, if we're shopping the meat, we'll try and get the stuff that's on sale, that's a day or two to go. And then we might cryovac them and put them in the freezer. Saves space, but also saves
a bit of money.
Meat, so we can get that for later. We'll
also
pop popcorn instead of buying packets of chips and stuff. That's been pretty handy, especially at Coral Bay. I get it, but my God.
We've did a little bit of meal prepping. We'll batch cook, so I'll always do a big batch of spag bowl that'll be about 4 portions of spag bowl for us. Curries, shepherd's pie base, and then just add the mash on top before you cook it, etc. So we'll freeze them as well to try and minimise time
definitely
wasting
cooking like spag bowl and then adding different flavors to it to make it different meals, I think's been good because it's a relatively inexpensive base to have.
I guess we try and save money like doing a bit of low cost camping as well, like or free camping. We've just come out of that Margaret River area, lower WA, and that, like we said, was very caravan heavy, and so now being able to do places like this that are $20-30 a night, it does help the budget. And I think from what we can see moving further up towards Darwin and stuff, there is a lot more opportunity for some free camping, which will be great.
Stays, hip camp.
Things like that we can plug into.
We probably didn't plug into the hip camps in the south coast
as much as what we could have.
We could have, but
also
a lot of them,
some of them were quite pricey, not far off a caravan. So
you do have to look around.
Biggest splurge at this stage is probably the whale sharks that we've got booked in. We haven't done that yet, but that was, I think, roughly $2,200 for all of us. I did pay for Penny, our youngest, to do it, because once you've booked it on the day, you can't decide if you want to add them on. So they need to know final numbers. If she doesn't swim, it's going to be a very expensive boat trip for her.
She's pretty brave, so fingers
But
crossed.
I think she'll be okay.
Yeah.
That's probably our biggest splurge at the moment. We are
Maybe the
tossing
brakes
up
for the car.
the brakes for the car. Yeah, that was a big splurge. We are tossing up between doing horizontal falls in Broome, and that'll be probably our biggest splurge if we do decide to do that.
And look, and that's not for everyone either. It's probably almost 10% of the budget, like travelling budget. Not quite, but it's expensive. But is it the experience worth it? And that for us, it's more about experience than it is about.
It's about trying to do different
cost,
things
just
that we
different
couldn't do
things,
at home.
Once in a lifetime, is it really worth it?
Yeah,
So,
that's probably that. Things that we've bought that we haven't used. We're pretty limited in terms of storage in this van. I think that was another thing that we looked at with our setup. But I think it makes us just bring what we need. I've definitely packed way too much for the kids and myself in terms of clothing. That I know, and I knew that was going to be the case. But yeah, there definitely is things that we haven't needed. Like when your mum came and visited us in Bustleton, we actually went and purchased a suitcase and sent it home with her. We paid the extra baggage and sent a full suitcase back home with her, and that was just like excess clothes that the kids had bought that they really didn't need.
Toys they
weren't using.
Bits and pieces
like
that we
lunch boxes
using,
that we bought that we thought that we would use, but we weren't. We were more reaching for like packet snacks that were just easy to chuck in a bag.
Like and whole food stuff like that.
Yeah, apples,
apple or
oranges,
or
and stuff
something
like that. But there's definitely a lot of things that we probably could send back, but I think we try and use everything we have.
Yeah, like you said, I think we are limited for storage a little bit in the van, not too much. Like we've still got everything we need, but we are a little bit limited. So we did pack smart, and I think we use everything enough to justify its existence in the van, so to speak. And I was very military when we started. Like if we're not using it once a week, or if it doesn't get used after the third trip that we go away, it's out of the van. And
I think it helps that we've had our van for a
like
while, so we have polished that system off, which is has been good.
One thing we did bring, we brought a little 12-volt washing machine, 4-litre thing.
Oh yeah, the bucket.
Amazon job.
Yeah, we haven't used
We've used it once, so that's probably something we could have left at home. That we didn't need. It's a bit of a bulky item. It doesn't weigh much, but that's something we could have left at home. We could have
left that behind.
Equally, it is something we thought we'd be using all the time.
Yeah,
that's all right. Biggest piece of advice, just get out there, I think.
Yeah, just go do it.
Yeah, like I mentioned before, you don't need the biggest and baddest setup to see all these beautiful places. We've seen a whole plethora of setups, rooftop tents, trailers, caravans, big trucks, small cars.
Old vans, new vans, everything in between.
It's just about getting out there and experiencing it. I think you never know what's out there until you go and look at it. And so we are grateful for the opportunity to be where we are. We worked hard, but we know not everyone gets this opportunity, so we're really relishing it.
Yeah.
We think that just get out there with whatever setup you can, however you can, for whatever time you can, and just really enjoy it. It's not easy at times.
No, but it's worth it.
But it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it.
Yeah,
definitely.